ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಯ್ಯ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ ಚೇಂಜಿ ಹಂಗೆ
I am sorry, I was speaking on mute. So, welcome everyone. Om Shanti to our today's session of refreshing Sunday evening talk. So, in this series of sessions, we bring for you very unique topics to motivate you, to inspire you, to feel refreshed before we start our new week from Monday. So, before we head into our today's session, let me give a brief introduction about this. The series is organized by Shanti Sarovar, and we have been continuing this since a very long time. For earlier, it was on site in Shanti Sarovar, which is a major retreat center of Brahma Kumaris and the largest retreat center in southern India. The organization, Brahma Kumaris, is a worldwide socio-spiritual organization. It is spread across 130 countries with more than 8,000 centers. So, and this series aims to provide topics which matter to you, which hold importance in your daily life, so that you can learn something to imply. And our today's topic is very unique, and it is mood repair kit. Our today's speaker, she is a very esteemed and distinguished faculty with the organization, and we would like to welcome on this virtual stage, Sister Saurabha. We welcome you,
Om
Sister, to
Shanti.
Shanti Sarovar
Om Shanti.
virtually. Om Shanti, Sister.
Thanks.
Before I hand over the stage to Sister, let me give a brief introduction about her. Sister Saurabha has a very dynamic personality. She has done her academic education in engineering in IT, and has a PG diploma in value education and spirituality. She is instrumental in bringing very new and diverse projects in terms of spirituality and how it can affect the youth by very unique projects such as the organization of spiritual magical show, and has also led various national and international projects. And her very key area specialization is how we can mix and match spirituality and enlightenment with entertainment. So it is not like boring spirituality, but spirituality that touches our heart and mind with very light topics, but very practical tips. So with this unique topic, mood repair kit, let us feel refreshed and learn how to rejuvenate our mood. And with this, I hand over to Sister Saurabha. Sister, thank you for taking this topic. Please enlighten us with this talk. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Navneet Ben, for giving a nice introduction about yourself. And in fact, it is my pleasure to just a minute. In fact, it is my pleasure to address you all and share whatever I know and whatever I've applied in my life. I would like to share those things with my experience. So before I begin, I would just like to start the PPT. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll just. Yeah. Om Shanti to all of you. Today, in fact, when I had suggested few topic names, this was the one which was chosen. In fact, it's a very wonderful topic. We are, in fact, this is the need of the hour, actually, because in our life's journey, the way is not a highway. Actually, we are not we are not traveling on a very express highway. In fact, our path is has so many obstacles in life. So naturally, so we do have troubles or issues in our life. So how do we handle it? How do we address them, or how do we fix those problems? So this is a very big question everyone has. So let us see, if we have a mood repair kit with us, it would be of great help to everyone, because whenever our mood goes down, whenever we start feeling low, we can use these soft tools of this mood repair kit, and immediately boost our mood, so that we feel very glad all the time. So let us just go through all the slides and understand like how mood repair kit is a very essential thing in our life. So we always want to be in very good mood. We love to be in very good mood. I don't think anybody would love to be in a very sad or low or depressed, mood. Everyone wants to come out of all these negative moods and want to be in a very happy mood. So, but this is a big question, like what is all required for to have a very good mood? People usually think in fact, we need to have lots of money, so only then we can be very happy in our life. Or some people feel that we have to be very beautiful, so that people start liking us, people start appreciating us, so that we start feeling very good about the self. Or some people also feel, no, we need to have a very big or a very high position, so that the power is there with our hands, so we can do whatever we want and we can feel at ease wherever we are. So this is how usually people feel. So people feel they want a very high position also. Or some people feel they should have lot of property, wealth, so that they can get or buy or have anything they want in their life. Or some people feel, no, we should have very good wonderful relationships, only then we can be in good mood all the time. Now you tell me, like you all think about this, what all things are required for one to experience or one to feel great or feel good all the time? So now let us discuss about this. So what exactly is mood? So mood means how you feel at the present time. It can also be described as the state of your mind. It all depends on the pattern or the quality of thoughts created in the mind. Basically, it means like the pattern, the quality of thoughts that we create. So, what type of thoughts do I create? Many people feel anyway we do not have a display board on the forehead. So what if I think anything that I want? जो चाहे मैं सोचूं, whatever I want, let me think, and who will notice that? In what way it is going to matter? This is how usually people feel, and they keep on thinking, in random directions. In all types of, types and varieties of thoughts are created. People usually do not pay any attention on the quality of the thoughts that they create. People usually pay attention on their words or on their actions, or maybe on the items that they purchase. Some people are very particular about the quality, so they consciously choose the right item for their purposes or for their needs. So but people don't pay attention on the quality of thoughts, because anyway it's not visible to anyone. So this is the usual attitude of the people. But now just let us see like how our thoughts play a major role in our life, how it impacts our experience, how it impacts our moods. So let us try to understand all these things, with an example. Suppose if you're all offered, with rasgullas, probably you might all enjoy eating rasgullas, and you really, feel it's very nice, it's very tasty, and you start enjoying the taste of rasgulla. Maybe imagine another situation where you have been given a very important task and a deadline to finish that task, but you were not able to achieve that target before the deadline, and now you are supposed to present the report in front of your top management. So before entering into the meeting room, suppose if I offer you the same rasgullas, how do you feel? How do you feel? Maybe many of you might feel, no, I just don't want to eat rasgulla. I have to just finish off, presenting the report. So they are usually worried, like how the top management might react to seeing their report. So usually people, just simply refuse to have. But suppose if I keep insisting you to have this, so how would you feel? How would you feel? Maybe because I forced you, so you might just simply pick up one rasgulla and you might eat it. But what may be the taste? What is the taste that you get? So many people do not even realize whether they ate a black jamun or a white rasgulla. So they might not even notice the difference also. Or, in fact, we brought the same rasgulla from the same shop. It is the same quality rasgulla, and you took it in the same hand, and it is the same mouth, it is the same teeth, it is the same tongue, and it went into the same stomach. You see, all the external processes, they are exactly the same. But why is that in the first case, you got a very good taste of rasgulla, and in the second case, you do not experience the taste of rasgulla at all? Even though after consuming the rasgulla, even after eating the rasgulla also, you are unable to experience the taste of the rasgulla. Why? Why? Because many of you might feel, no, because you did not pay attention to rasgulla at all. Your total attention, or you did not create a single thought on the rasgulla. All your thoughts were on the report that you were supposed to present. So because you did not create a single thought on the rasgulla, you did not get the taste at all. Maybe another situation where you had a very beautiful dream of eating the rasgulla, and suddenly somebody comes and wakes you up. Only then you realize it was just a dream. Even though it was a dream, you were really enjoying the taste of rasgulla. In fact, rasgulla was not at all physically present, but still you got the taste of the rasgulla. Why? Because rasgulla, even though rasgulla was absent, but thoughts were present on rasgulla. So that's why you were able to get the taste. So now if we try to analyze all the three situations, so then how would you like understand what contributes more to your taste? Is it rasgulla or your thoughts? I'm sure you would all feel, yes, it is the thoughts, which play a major role in giving you the experience. So we can understand presence or the absence of an object is really not the basis of our experiences. In fact, thoughts are the basis of all our experiences. So that means 90% contribution is from your thoughts only. I don't deny the role of rasgulla, but it might contribute only 10%. So what do we understand? So it is not the physical object, it is not the physical situation which contributes for your taste or experience. In fact, your thought pattern, that plays a major role, right? Okay, now I want to ask you all one question. Who creates thoughts in your mind? This question might sound very silly or simple to you, but it has a very deep meaning behind it. So who creates thoughts in your mind? I'm sure you would all say, yes, it's you only, it's me only who create the thought in my mind, right? Okay, another question. Do you require any permission to create a particular pattern of thoughts? Do you require anybody's permission? No, right? None of us require any permission from anyone, right? So we all have the freedom to, create the thoughts of our choice. Do you have to wait for a particular event to happen to create a, thought? I'm sure, no, not at all. So we all have the 100% freedom to create the thoughts of our choice, right? So we have the freedom. So then what type of thoughts are we creating? What is the quality of thoughts? So we need to check. Okay, another question. So when can we experience happiness? Is it that you require a party? You have to be present in a party so that you start enjoying, and you are able to elevate your mood. Is it that, or is it that you have to go for a trip so that you can relax and you can enjoy there? Or is it that you have to go for a good dinner with your friends? Or is it that you need to go and sit in front of seashore there, so they're just gazing the sea and enjoying the beautiful breeze there? Or is it that you require a very luxurious setup around you so that you can feel very good or feel very happy? So which of these things do you require to experience happiness in your life? In fact, happy thoughts are the basis to experience happiness. It is not the external setup. In fact, it is the internal mindset which is required for us to experience happiness. It is not the external surroundings. It may be that you are enjoying in a party and suddenly somebody pushes you, or suddenly you got a call from somebody and they start firing you or shouting at you. So after that, are you able to feel happy? In fact, it is the same atmosphere, it is the same setup around you. It's good music, good lighting, good food, and good dance, and all the setup, it is the same thing. But just after that call, you are unable to experience, happiness. Why? Because earlier you were paying attention or you were enjoying the party, all the setup there. After that, after you received a call, now your attention or your focus is on the thoughts, on the conversation you had with the other person, right? So because your attention has shifted from the party to that conversation, and it was a negative conversation, so you are unable to experience happiness in spite of having the same setup. So in fact, it is not the external setup, it is the thought pattern. In fact, I'm showing you a few, sample thoughts, how you can experience happiness. In fact, you can start creating thoughts like this. Life is beautiful. I enjoy every moment, and I'm happy, and I keep smiling always, and happiness is my treasure. So these are some of the simple, sample thoughts for you to experience happiness. In fact, if we know to create and feel those thoughts, visualize those thoughts, so then we are able to experience happiness. So we have to focus on our, attention on the quality of the thoughts that are created in the mind. So that is very, very important. Okay. So with this, so in fact, it is the greatest skill in this world is the art of thinking. If you know how to think, what to think, how long to think. So if you know this, you can be happy, or you can be peaceful, or you can always feel great all the time, no matter whatever is the situation around you. So then your dependency on the external situation, it is like it's fully reduced. It's not, you do not at all, you do not depend at all on the external situation. So how beautiful it would be. Then you start deciding how you will feel throughout the day. It is not the situation, it is not the people around you who decides your mood, or who decides your mood. No, in fact, you will be the controller of your mood. So how beautiful it would be, right? So the greatest skill is the art of thinking. In fact, this is the most neglected area in our life. We hardly, give any importance or any attention to this, any value to this. In fact, if we start giving priority or importance to this area, so then our life would be full of joy, no doubt at all. So with this basic, information, this basic things, I would like to present you the soft tools of mood repair kit. So now let us see like what all things are essential. In fact, the list is very big, but still I have shortlisted it, and very important things I would like to share with you all. So the first one is see the brighter side of the life. The second one is check and change. The third one is harmony in relationships. And the fourth one is attitude of gratitude. And fifth one is spiritual knowledge and meditation. So let us see one by one. So now let us see the brighter side of the life, like how it helps us to feel great or feel good all the time. So in fact, no event in life is good or bad by itself. It all depends on how you look at them. But we usually label any situation or any event or any person as good or bad. In fact, that is not right at all. Each person might have a different perspective. Each person has a different way of looking at those things. So that's why the person starts feeling very differently. So I would like to give you an example. You must all be knowing about Bharat Ratna Madan Mohan Malviya ji. So in fact, he was the founder of Banaras Hindu University at Varanasi, which is one of the largest in the world. So when he was about to, build this university, so he was in need of funds, and he started traveling all over India. In fact, this is a real story I'm sharing with you all. So as he was traveling, he also visited Hyderabad, and Nizam's was there at that time, and he met the Nizam, and he requested him to donate something for that Banaras Hindu University. But listening to Malviya ji, Nizam really got very furious, and he said, "How dare you are to come and ask me like this?" And he was unable to control his anger, and he took out his shoes and he threw at Malviya ji. But Malviya ji, didn't, shout back, or he didn't reply anything. He just kept quiet. He took that shoes in his hands, and he just simply walked away from the palace. He went outside the palace, and there was a big circle there, and he stood there, and he started, shouting there, Nizam's shoes are for hire, for auction. So, people started gathering in large numbers, listening to his, words. And, in those days, Nizam was not that very easily accessible to people. And even nowadays also, people are very crazy to see the personal belongings of, all the celebrities. So in those days also, people were fond of, to see those personal belongings of Nizam. So they all, gathered there in large number. So Nizam got the news about this. And so he called one of his servants, and he gave a bag full of money, and he said, "Go and buy my shoes and come back." So why did the Nizam do like this? Because he felt who in his kingdom know the value of his shoes, because his shoes were not an ordinary shoe. His shoes were studded with, pearls, diamonds, and gold work was there. So he thought, who in my kingdom can buy my shoes? If anybody, without knowing the value of his shoes, if they buy for a very nominal and, very nominal price, it would be an insult for Nizam, right? This is what he thought. And that's why he sent a bag full of money, and he purchased his own shoes. And Malviya ji, who came there for, the funds, he got the funds, right? Suppose in his place, if any one of us would have been there, just imagine how we would have felt. We might have thought like this also. See, I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for the society, development of the society. It is for the good of everyone, right? It is for everyone's benefit. It's not my personal benefit. Okay, if you do not want to give anything, it's okay, no problem. But you need not have to shout and insult a person who is so, who was a pandit actually, who was so intellectual, who was a scholar. So it's not nice to insult such people in the palace. So this is how people would have thought. Any other people would have thought like this. But Malviya ji, he was, always positive in his life. So he thought, he in fact encashed even this negative situation also, because he was able to see the brighter side, the good side, the profitable side of the event. So he could, benefit from this negative situation also. So, in fact, positive thoughts help us to see the positive side of all the situations. So, positive thought should be there. In fact, it influences our vision. Whatever I see in front of my eyes may be the same, but with what attitude I'm seeing that. So that plays a major role here. So in fact, I need to, fill my mind with positive thoughts to see the brighter side, to see the profitable side, to see the good side of all the situations. So instead of blaming the situation, I need to, fill my mind with positive thoughts. In fact, so I would like to give you a situation in front of you. So just see like how you can think positive. If people are talking behind you, how can you think positive in this situation? It's a very common situation, right? We all face this situation. So how do you think positive in this situation? Any guess? In fact, that means you are already ahead of them, right? They are talking behind you. That means you're already ahead of them. So that means you're already ahead of them. So why worry? Why should you worry? If at all those people were ahead of us, they would come back to us and they would tell us on the face, right? Because we are at back, we are lagging behind and they are already ahead. So they would tell us on the face. But now we are already ahead and other people who are talking ill about us, so they are already behind. So, we should feel happy because we are already ahead. So let's keep moving forward. Why to think unnecessarily about them or whatever they told? No need, because we are already ahead. Let's keep moving forward in life. So in fact, it is not this external situation which affects us. In fact, see, in gold mines, when they keep digging to get, gold, so they have to move tons of dirt. When they dig, they dig down so many kilometers. In fact, it's not few meters. In fact, it is few kilometers they dig down. So when they keep digging, so lot of dust, dirt, all waste things, all these things come out. It's a foul smell, water, dirty water. So they are able to see all this dirt and dust in front of them. But on the screen of their mind, they are able to see the gold. So that drives them into action. That gives them the power to move forward. What they're able to see in front of their physical eyes is the dust and the dirt. It's all the ugly things that they are seeing in front of their eyes. But on the screen of their mind, what they're able to see? Gold. So that's why they get that motivation. They are inspired to do the work continuously. That drives them into action. So what is projected on the screen of your mind is not decided by anyone else. It is purely decided by you only, right? What you see on the screen of your mind, what is there on in front of your eyes, you might not have control all the time, but what you see on the screen of your mind, you have the control. So why don't we project something good on the screen of our mind, so that we are always filled with enthusiasm, filled with energy, start feeling good all the time. And that only drives us ahead in our life. So in fact, the negative situations are not that bad. In fact it helps us. Now just simply look at this picture. It's a white flower on a white background, right? So like the picture is not that very noticeable, right? But now you just look at it. It is the same flower, but with a black background. So negative situations act as a backdrop to highlight our positive qualities. Otherwise, our positive qualities are not at all highlighted. So only in the negative situations, our positive qualities are highlighted. People notice that. Suppose if I say, I'm very peaceful, or I have a lot of patience, you might not agree. You might feel, okay, sister is boasting herself. But in front of you, if somebody comes and troubles me, irritates me, but still I maintain my calm, and I maintain my stability of mind. I remain stable, cool, and do not react. So then you yourself would naturally say, oh, sister has lot of patience, right? Earlier also I had that patience, but it was not visible to anyone. Now, why it is visible? Because someone is troubling me, so they are acting like a backdrop to me. So my positive qualities are highlighted. I should feel happy about it, right? Why should I feel bad about all the negative situations? I should start enjoying my good qualities. Yes, I get a rare opportunity to exhibit my good qualities only in these certain times, in these negative situations. So if I just change my thinking in this way, how easy it would be, right? So in fact, people and situations are not responsible for the way we feel. They are only the stimulus. Yeah? So in fact, our responses are the thoughts, feelings, and behavior which we choose and create. You can choose to be low. You can choose to be, feeling very glad also, right? It is totally in your hands only. It's not in somebody's hands. Just like you go to a shop and, you buy a pen. It's a 10 rupees pen. So when you pay 10 rupees and the shopkeeper randomly picks up a pen and he gives you, do you simply accept that pen? Most of the time, most people do not. Why? Because they feel they have the right to choose, because they have already paid, so they have the right to choose. So even for 10 rupees pen also, they make a choice. They say, no, this color, this brand, this design, they make a choice, right? Everyone makes a choice. Even if you have to buy a watch, buy shoes, or buy a bag for you, buy even a handkerchief also, you just simply randomly, don't simply pick up one and come back. No, you make a choice, right? When you make a choice for each and everything you buy, why can't we make a choice? Choose our thoughts. Why can't we choose good quality of thoughts, positive thoughts? Who is stopping us from choosing positive thoughts? No, in fact, nobody, right? We only choose negative thoughts and we start grumbling and we start blaming other people for uh, feeling very low. We start blaming other people. When I blame other person or the situation, that means I want them to change. So I start investing all my energy, time, all the other resources on them so that they change very quickly and I can be at peace. I can, start feeling, comfortable. So this would be the logic then. So we start investing all our energy on someone else. Instead, if I start investing the same energy on my own self, if I start working on my own self, just see the miracle then. It works wonders, in fact. It acts like a magic. In fact, you get instant results. You start feeling very good. So don't blame anyone. Instead, simply invest your energy on your own self, work on yourself, choose the right pattern of thoughts, good and positive thoughts, and then you see the magic. So whenever a situation comes, we usually think and we react immediately. In fact, react means reacting the same thing. When I do not like their behavior, and I also shout back in the same manner, that means I'm simply reacting the same thing, right? Which doesn't give us any good results. In fact, instead, if we can rethink and act based on our own values, then the result would be something very wonderful. I need not have to copy them. If they are behaving negatively, I need not have to reply them, or in return I need not have to use my negative qualities. So then negative into negative would be a big negative result, right? But instead, if I choose the positive approach, so definitely my positivity will nullify their negativity. It is not their negativity. In fact, the effect of their negativity on me would be nullified with my positive approach, right? So we have to rethink and act based on our values. So after coming out from a negative environment, it's necessary to clean your mind. It's very essential. Just like every day we clean our house, we clean our room, right? We clean our clothes, we clean our utensils. We clean so many things on a daily basis. We take shower, we take bath, we clean this body also. Then why not the mind? So we have to clean and remove all the waste and the negative attitudes or negative memories or negative, feelings in the mind. We need to clean them on a daily basis. How to clean the mind? So anyway, meditation helps us to clean the mind. So we will talk about that after a few slides. So next tool is check and change. So we need to check our thoughts and change. If at all the thoughts are negative, so we need to change them into positive. So we need to check our thoughts very regularly, at regular intervals of time, because most of the time people usually keep thinking about the past. It is said, based on a survey, nearly 60% of the time a person lives in the past, and nearly 30% of the time people live in the future. That means people keep thinking about the future. They plan for the future, or they're anxious about the future. Or only 5% of the time people live in the present. In fact, the word itself is present. If we live in the presence, in the present time, so we get lot of presence in reality. We start receiving lot of presence from the universe. So we need to be in present, be conscious, or be focused in the present activity. Most of the time, students usually, when they are sitting in the classroom, they would be thinking about the cricket match. And when they are watching the cricket match, they would be thinking about the assignments or the homework they were supposed to finish it off. So they are unable to focus on the studies in the classroom. They are unable to understand and grasp the subjects that are being taught to them, nor they are able to enjoy the cricket match while watching the TV. They're not getting anything, either here nor there, right? So instead of that, if we can focus wherever we are, whatever work we are doing, if we are at present, be at present, so then that helps us a lot. So if you are depressed, that means you are living in the past. If you are anxious, that means you are living in the future. And if you are at peace, that means you are living in the present. So we need to be in present, at present. So just imagine a traffic jam like this. Most of you, especially people in Hyderabad, might have experienced these kind of traffic jams very regularly, right? So how difficult, people just simply don't like to be in that traffic jam. They just want to avoid. Nowadays, Google Maps or any other apps also, they help us to avoid that traffic jams and take a different route, right? So just like we don't like this traffic jam, so similarly, just think about the thoughts jam. When thoughts, start getting, arrive, or when we start creating thoughts in all random directions, just imagine the state of the mind, how confused, or how we start feeling very frustrated or irritated at that moment. Why? Because too many thoughts from different directions. In fact, it's a thoughts jam there. So just like traffic signals, traffic lights are placed at some intervals, at many roads, just to avoid these traffic jams. So similarly, we need a mechanism called thoughts traffic control. So every 1 hour, if we can take out 1 minute and just start practicing this technique, that is, in that 1 minute, if I can stop all the negative thoughts consciously, say to my mind, for this 1 minute, I would like to stop all the negative thoughts and pause the present work that you're doing. If you're in office, or if you're doing some household work, whatever it is, you can just pause for a minute and be still, and just simply focus on your mind, and then start thinking positively. Start thinking consciously, positive thoughts. Consciously, we need to create positive thoughts. And if we can do this, exercise, or follow this technique every 1 hour, 1 minute, so that will take care of the next 59 minutes. That helps us a lot. You can try it out. So in fact, there is a very beautiful website called Just a Minute. You can type on the Google browser as Just a Minute Brahma Kumaris. So you will be taken to this site. And in fact, it's a very wonderful site. So just a minute meditation helps us to relax, refocus, and re-energize in just a minute. So with focus and regular practice, we can rebuild our mental muscles and become the master of our mind once again. So there are 1 minute commentaries, guided commentaries are available on the site. So you can just play any of them and you can just start feeling, very peaceful and very stable. In fact, there is one more feature in this site called as Jam Pulse. Jam is, short, it's the short form of just a minute. So Jam Pulse, it is an online tool that helps you remember to take just a minute for yourself at regular intervals throughout your day. So this is the practice that enables just a minute to make a real and positive difference in life. So you can see the corner side. So there you will, right hand corner, you see one setting is there. So if you can just, switch on that, the default mode is off. But if you can switch on that bell icon, and then in the settings area, if you can do the settings as per your choice, whether you want it hourly basis, or you can choose the different options that are available, and you can choose what to play, what should be played in that time, whether it is simple, music, or it is a guided commentary. So you can choose, and that app will take care of. And after every hour, it will remind you, it will play 1 minute guided commentaries. It's very refreshing, very re-energizing thoughts. You have to try these things. I'm sure you would be benefited a lot by this. So in this way, you can, you can re-energize, or you can change your mood from low to high, or from sad to glad. So the other tool is harmony in relationships. So if we understand the basics of relationships, so in relationships, we always want love, trust, respect, happiness. Relationship is not about wanting, it is about giving. So if you want a particular relationship, so you have to hold that relationship, right? If you want to hold that relationship, you have to spend extra energy to hold that relationship. So you have to sustain that. You have to hold that, right? So here giving means two levels. There are, we can give at two levels. One is physically, that is, I give money, I give all the, luxury things, or I give, time, I give my, skill or talent, I use my talent, or I give other facilities. So these are all the physical things that we give. But there's another level of giving, that is the subtle level, the emotional way of giving. So I give respect, I give love, I forgive them, I cooperate with them, So these are all at the emotional level. So people, what do? They usually give things in physical things, and they expect, emotional things in return. So they give money and they expect, love and affection or respect in return. It's not possible. If you give physically, you will get physically only. But if you give, excuse me, if you give emotionally, that means you give love and affection and respect. So you will also get back in return. So we just simply cannot exchange physical and emotional things. So we need to take care of that also. So winning a person's heart is more important than winning an argument. It's very important. What happens when people keep discussing, suddenly, we start, defending the argument that we make, so then what happens? So people, we enter in, they get into conflicts. So at that time, we have to realize what is more important to me, whether to prove myself right or the other person, whether this relationship is important to me. What's important to me here? So if I just, pause and just, reflect on all these things, so then there won't be any scope for arguments at all, because even though we lose the argument, but definitely we win their hearts. right? So it's very important to have the harmony in relationships. And if there is a conflict, suppose in any relationship, the problem is not with them, and the problem is not between us, but the problem is the way we are thinking, and that is the only thing we can change. We cannot change the other person, we cannot change the situation, but what we can change is we can change our thinking, the way we are thinking. And that costs nothing. In fact, we do not have to get anybody's permission, nor do we have to wait for a particular event to happen to think. We have the 100% freedom to think the way we want. So why can't we choose the right and the good pattern of thoughts? So you will never reach your destination if you keep stopping every time when somebody says something negative. So if we just stop every time, when we will be able to reach the destination? Not at all. It's not at all possible. So we have to keep moving ahead. We should not get into what all people are saying and keep thinking about it. So what others think or talk about you doesn't contribute to your progress at all. So then what contributes to your progress? So what you think about yourself only helps you to progress in life. So what to think? So these are the sample thoughts. This is how we can start thinking good about the self. Yes, I can do it. I'm happy. I'm confident. I love myself. I'm peaceful. So these are the type of thoughts we need to create in the mind. So this will help us. Not if somebody says that you are a useless fellow, you're good for nothing. If we keep thinking about that, so then we really become useless. Earlier we were not useless, but after we start thinking about what the other person said, so then we start feeling, yes, I'm useless. So why should we allow our mind to create such negative thoughts? So we need to think positive about the self also. It's very important, because who is holding us back? Not the other person, not the situation. In fact, our own negative thoughts are holding us back. They are not allowing us to move forward in life. In fact, no one in this world is our enemy. Our negative thoughts, they are the enemy. So, and who creates those negative thoughts? We only create. So if we consciously understand this and consciously start choosing the right pattern of thoughts, so then the enemy is not at all there in our life. Negative thoughts are vanished. No, it is totally removed from our mind then. So you must first get along with yourself before you can get along with others. So if you start loving yourself, if you can love yourself, then it becomes easy for you to love others. If you can respect yourself, then it becomes easy for you to respect others. So first, it's very important that I understand the value of myself, so that it helps me to understand the value of other people also. So हर एक इंसान में विशेषताओं को ही देखने का अभ्यास करना है. So if I have this habit of looking at the specialities of each and every person, so then all my relationships would be very would be in perfect harmony. In fact, we would really enjoy the company of all the loved near and dear ones. That we would be really enjoying. We start feeling very fortunate then. And the fourth one is attitude of gratitude. The fourth soft tool is this. So happy people focus on what they have. Even though they have a very small piece of cake in their hand, even then they feel very happy. But unhappy people focus on what is missing. Even though they have almost the full cake, only one small piece is absent there. One small piece is not there, but still they are not able to see the 95% of the cake, but they are seeing the 5% of the cake which is missing there, they would be thinking, who took this? Who ate this? Mm. One person got a 2,000 notes bundle lying on the ground. So he was very happy. He looked everywhere and he saw there was no one there. So he thought, oh, somebody must have, it has just fallen from their purse probably. So I'm very fortunate to get this bundle of 2,000 notes. So he was very happy. So he started counting. So he counted it as 99. There were 99 notes. So he was not happy. He thought, usually we don't put a rubber band after 99 notes. We usually put a rubber band after 100 notes. 100 notes is a bundle of notes, right? So he thought, maybe I didn't count properly. He started counting again and again. He counted some 3-4 times. Then also, the number came out as 99. He was just wondering, where is the other note? So, instead of feeling happy that he got 99 2,000 notes, so he was thinking, where is the 100 2,000 note? So he was so busy in searching that one note everywhere here and there. He forgot to take care of that 99 notes. He left it behind there only. So other person came and he picked up and he went away. He lost everything. So instead of focusing on what is missing, we have to count what is there in our life. In fact, attitude of gratitude is the best attitude. So we need to always count our blessings, not what is missing in our life. So we have to focus on all positive things that we have in our life, positive side of our life. So then our life, would be, very beautiful. We start enjoying every moment of life. Then the fifth one is spiritual knowledge and meditation. So spirituality means to know more about the inner spirit. That is inner spirit and the super spirit. So this is what is meant by spirituality. So what do we mean by inner spirit? Inner spirit means the soul. Or when we look in front of the mirror, so whatever we are able to see, the body is not just simply, it doesn't represent the entire self there. In fact, the entire body is made up of living cells. And if you take up an individual living cell and test for the abilities, you do not find any abilities of thinking, analyzing, logical reasoning, memorizing, right? So that means there must be some other entity present in this body which is responsible for all these kind of functions, right? So then what is that entity? And that entity is called as a soul, a conscient being of energy residing in the center of the forehead. So in fact, I am that soul, a conscient being of energy. And I, the soul, am like a diamond. Just like a diamond is so very tiny, very small, but the box which holds the diamond is big. Suppose in any case we lose the diamond, so we might not be interested in keeping that empty box. Why? Because the empty box doesn't have any value. Even though the size of the box is very big, but it doesn't have any value without the diamond. So similarly, the size of the body is very big compared to that of the soul. The soul, which is a conscient being of energy or light, is so very subtle. It is not visible to these eyes actually, but it is the power source. It is the powerhouse of this body. So the body has the value because of the soul only. Suppose the soul leaves the body has no value at all. Either it is burnt or it is buried. People do not keep it. So the soul has the value. So that means we need to give more priority to the soul, the needs of the soul, not more than the needs of the body. So we need to pay more attention. We usually nourish this body. We pay more attention on that, but we need to nourish the soul also. We need to prioritize that. The soul has all these innate qualities, all the, like it is the, peace, power, bliss, happiness, knowledge, love, and purity. So all these are the innate qualities of the soul. It's the inbuilt qualities of the soul. We all of us are. But why we are unable to experience these qualities? Because whenever we use the word I, we usually refer it to the body only, not the soul. And the body itself is temporary. So whatever we experience through this body is also temporary. It may be an ice cream. I eat an ice cream and I enjoy for 10 minutes. Once the ice cream is over, the joy is also over, right? So because the body is temporary, so the joy is also temporary. Whereas the soul is eternal. And with that awareness, whatever I experience is also eternal. And the super spirit, because I said spirituality means to know more about the inner spirit as well as the super spirit. Super spirit, I mean God, the supreme light. So God, who is also a point of light, but he is the supreme amongst all the souls. So we call him the supreme light, Paranjyoti, Mahajyoti. We call him by different names. We call God as Shiva. So Shiva means light, or we say point of light, Bij, Shubhakari, Mangalakari, Kalyankari. So there are various meanings of that word Shiva. So Shiva, the word, is a very appropriate name for God because it is the adjective, because the name and the meaning is very much appropriate. So all the religions believe that there is only one God. Either they believe, I mean, everyone say that there is only one God and God is in the form of light. Either directly or indirectly, everyone says, all the religions say that there is only one God and God is in the form of light. So with this, awareness, we feel we all belong to one family because there's only one God and he is the father of all the souls. So we all belong to one family. So with this awareness, it becomes very easy for us to experience the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, right? So then actually the universal brotherhood concept can be experienced. So with this basic introduction, I would like to tell you about Raj Yoga meditation. So it is the art of connecting the self to God through the medium of systematic positive thoughts. We create, this systematic pattern of thoughts, positive thoughts, and we visualize them, and then we become the embodiment of those thoughts. So then that kind of, feeling, starts, in our mind. We start experiencing all those qualities from God. Anyway, just after another couple of slides, so we will practice meditation for a few minutes. So it's now using all these soft tools of mood repair kit, we can also be happy, but not only that we remain happy, but we have the power to make others also happy. So remember, you have the power to change your environment. So with this mood repair kit, I'm sure you would repair your mood anytime you want. You need not have to wait for another technician to come and, fix the problem. But with these soft tools, you would be able to set right your mood instantly and immediately. So speed is calculated as miles per hour, but life is calculated as smiles per hour. So increase your mileage for better mileage. So just watch this.
मूड क्लिनिक में आए और मेडिटेशन से मूड को बदले। तरीके जो बनाए आपको आप जैसा।
So this is a B Zone app available in Android as well as Google Play Store and as well as Apple Store also. You can download this app because this app has various features like mood clinic, mind spa, mind gym, mind lab. So various features are available in this app. This is a free app. So you can download this and elevate your mood whenever you feel low. Instantly you can elevate. So you can also log on to our sites, brahmakumaris.com as well as awakening.in. And we also have two channels. So one is Peace of Mind channel, the other one is Awakening channel. So you can watch all such programs in these channels and can get enlightened more. So now we shall practice meditation for a few minutes. Do I have the time? Can I take another 6 to 7 minutes?
Yes, sister. I think the audience is okay for this meditation.
Just a minute. So now we shall practice meditation. And in this meditation, kindly sit back straight. Uh, let your position be in a very relaxed position. Let your head, backbone, and shoulder be in a straight line. And just tell your mind for the next 5 to 6 minutes. We will be practicing meditation. Any thoughts related with your work and office or any household related thoughts, you can just say, just after this 5 6 minutes we can practice meditation. So now let us practice. So I would play a guided commentary, so you can just listen to that and repeat once in your mind. Sit back and just withdraw your attention from the physical surroundings and focus all your thoughts on the forehead. As my thoughts focus on the center of my forehead, I begin to feel the existence of my real self. Yes, I'm a very unique being of light, a conscient point of light. I'm the master of this body. I direct and control all the sense organs. Now all my sense organs are still, quiet. My mind is also very quiet now, very peaceful. Yes, I am a peaceful soul. I am very cool, relaxed, and feel very light. I feel very comfortable in this state of peace. My mind is very cool. I also realize that happiness is my own treasure, and I have the key to access this treasure whenever I want. I think about happiness and I start feeling very happy. Yes, I'm happy inside. Because this is my basic quality. I emerge this happiness on the surface level. And I start feeling myself very great. Yes, I am a treasure house of so many good qualities. And I connect to God, who is also a point of light. I receive so much power and energy from Him. I'm powered by God. I feel energetic and I feel very good now. Yes, I feel very good and very happy. I share this happiness with everyone I meet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So in this way, we can, start feeling very happy. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share these few, thoughts with you all. Um, thanks to Vasanta Band and also Navneet Band. Thanks to all the Shanti Sarovar Nivasis for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi, for this wonderful session. Like a master technician, you've upgraded our toolkits with these wonderful tools that we can use to repair our mood. And I'm sure our audience agrees that all the tips, like it was like gold, each and every tip that you gave us. And definitely we will try to check and change ourselves and make smile our increase our smilage. That was a wonderful tip. Thank you so much. And I thank all the participants for joining us today. And from the participants, Didi, thank you so much for joining us virtually in Shanti Sarovar, Hyderabad. We hope to see you in person as well sometime. Hope you can give us a visit. And
Sure.
all the participants, you can see the recording as well, because Didi made a wonderful presentation and the session was full of tips and tricks. So you can find the recording of the session on the YouTube channel of Shanti Sarovar. You can just type in Shanti Sarovar Hyderabad on YouTube and you will find the recording. And do share, do like, share and subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss any further sessions. We hope to see you next time as well with a new topic and a new speaker, but the same platform. Thank you so much for joining us. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again. Om Shanti.